Hello everyone and Happy New Year. I think this is my first video I'm posting in 2021, and it's a video to update that I have read the first part of this book, the first of a series which you may know called the Stormlight Archive, which I believe is very popular at the moment, and I've read through the first part of the first volume, The Way of Kings, so I'm not too far into the book, but far enough to have gotten an idea of how this book is kind of seeming, how it's looking at the moment, and have been introduced to, I feel like, 2 or 3 of the core characters of this story, and it's been quite interesting so far. I've quite enjoyed it. Sanderson certainly doesn't hang around in his writing. I think he always kind of introduces characters and his concepts quite quickly, so you get introduced to these really interesting magic systems very quickly. I've also liked how the story for each of these characters is being set so far, particularly for Kaladin, this guy who seems like he's a very young soldier, and he's been enslaved and set to work on this bridge, which is an incredibly dangerous job, it seems. And he's also befriended this little Windspren character, which in my head I'm thinking she seems like she's like a little fairy or something. I could be wrong, but it's really intriguing. I think it's going to be intriguing how these 2 characters develop as the story goes on, and how the relationship between them in particular, how that develops. I think it's something I'm looking out for so far. I also think this sort of reminds me a little bit of the way, or Kaladin's predicament with this sort of awful bridge situation that he's in, and this it almost reminds me a bit of kind of a World War One story, and how lots of men being sent into almost pointless battles. Loads of them keep dying, and they keep having to trying to to win the whatever battle it is. And it just reminds me a little bit of that, the whole Kaladin story so far. The Shallan story I've also quite enjoyed. I think she's going to be an interesting character, as is this teacher type character, Jasna Colin, who Shallan has been seeking out for not just for quite political reasons. It seems she's going to try and steal her soulcaster. So even though we as a reader know that her real intentions are not so nice or positive as Jasna may be thinking. So there's some interesting developments there to follow, I'm sure, as that story goes on. She obviously has it feels like she's these Shallan, I can't speak properly, and Jasna are both quite crucial sort of royal characters in this story. I'm getting the sense anyway. Probably I'm going to be potentially corrected on this. This is my first reading of this, so I may not get some of my assumptions right. I'm sure there's things for me to find out as well as this book goes on. So yeah, I've enjoyed it so far. I think it's been good. I look forward to the next 4 parts of the story. First part was called Above Silence, and yeah, I think I'd recommend this already to people, even only after reading the first part of it. I'm just getting the sense, Sanderson, as he proved with the other books I've read of his so far, which aren't many actually, to be honest. I've hardly read any of his, probably all of his bibliography. I've only read Warbreaker and his 3 contributions to Wheel of Time, so I can hardly call myself any kind of Sanderson expert, but I have got a sense of how he likes to write, and how he likes to build his worlds. And I get the feeling the only thing that people perhaps sometimes don't like with Sanderson is how quickly he introduces his concepts. He doesn't hang around with his storytelling. He doesn't hang around with pretty much anything, which for somebody like me who likes to be engaged quickly is a good thing. But if you're new to fantasy concepts and ideas and magic systems, you might not like how quickly he gets into some of these concepts. But it's been a great read so far. And I look forward to reading part 2 and updating once I've read that as well. So signing out now, and I'll see you again soon.